And I just started to think through my head, like, what's in the water lately? What have business owners been talking to us about in terms of, I really need some help on this. And I was sharing with Bruce before we went live. I've got at least 3 or 4 clients that really feel, and I'll say it this way, this might sound harsh, but really feel distressed about the lack of engagement between, I'll call it, the owner and the direction of the company, and employees getting behind it.
Hi, this is Bruce Himmelblau, or I am Bruce Himmelblau with Blue Sky Video Productions. We're a full service video production company and YouTube strategist.
Morning. This is Dave Verbeten, owner and senior coach of Peak Performance Action Coach. We are business coaches. It's our sole intent to help business owners close the gap, and that is, where they are today, which generally brings some level of discomfort or dissatisfaction, to where they want to be. And so we understand that, and then we start to work with that business owner to apply education and strategy plus execution and accountability to get you there. This dawned on me actually yesterday when I was planning for our weekly video, right? And so it gets very frustrating for them.
Is it engagement or is it lack of sharing from upper management?
Oh, very good. Because engagement initially comes from management, and we'll actually get into that. So management, senior management, owners, don't run for the hills right now. We're going to give you some tips on how to better engage that workforce of yours, even if it's a workforce of 1 or 2 or 10. It doesn't matter. The principles remain. And so engagement can only start when the owners or senior managers share with the team, with the employees, share the direction.
And even in some cases, it's even with strategic partners. So someone who isn't a direct employee, but who is someone who is a vital vendor to your operations.
I'm going to tag on that just for a second without overly delaying our total time frame here. I like to have owners think of valued subcontractors almost like an employee. They need to be as aligned with what your direction is and what your needs are as if they were a direct employee, because wouldn't that be nice? So, okay, we'll put that there. We're going to hit on leverage, because if you've got great team, it creates leverage. 1 + 1 is 3 in your business. So are we ready to go? Okay. Oh, and I'm doing slides today, please. I'm doing slides today because my handwriting is, you've put up with my handwriting for all of our prior Facebook Lives, and I thought, maybe I'll give them something that is a little bit less confusing or is more legible. So it all starts with, I'll ask anyone out in that crowd that you're listening now or you're going to be listening later, ask yourself the question, who is the most important person in your business? Oops, I went backwards. There we go. Who's the most important person in your business? Is it the owner? Is it you? Is it your team? Is it your customers? Or, is it just the whole business? Who is most important? And invariably, and I really don't want to argue with anybody on this, but invariably they will say, well, it's the customer who's most important. And I'll go, well, yeah, but can I peel that back a little bit? Because this is where the obligation is most felt. And actually, the most important person in your business is this guy or gal. It is the owner. Because the owner gets it going. The owner trains team. and hires team and hires them in the image of what that owner wants the company to be in terms of taking care of customers. And when customers can see that extremely positive delivery of the value proposition, positive delivery of value period to them in a great way, then the customers support the business. Who does the business at the end of the day support? The owner. So heavy duty obligation on the owner, and that's what we're going to talk about today, is creating a strong team means a lot of different things, and we're going to hit on some of that.
Because I was part of a conversation yesterday about how some people were leaving a large company because of culture. And they first joined the company because of the culture of the company, but then the culture changed when I think through a major buyout. And then they figured that the culture was no longer there in the company, and they left the company.
It happens often, particularly when there's a change in the senior leadership in that company, or if there is actually a sale of the company to another company, or a merging of divisions and things. When leadership changes, it's going to change sort of the modus operandi of that company, the culture of that company, and then that can isolate employees. But let's get to this then about how to create leverage through team. Now, number one, team doesn't start unless you have a pretty good hiring process. So we're going to spend some time on this because a lot of business owners go, well, I don't know, I'll just go put an ad out there, and when they come in, if they can chew gum and walk at the same time, maybe even answer a question, they're in. No. It's much more. It doesn't have to be any more time consuming. It just has to be done right. Okay.
I think we've covered employees at one point in a previous episode as well. The role of in the description of the employees is important because you don't want duplicate employees who are doing the same job if you've got a gap somewhere else.
Well, skill assessment relative, or the talent assessment relative to what you can foresee you're going to need, not tomorrow, but 6 months from now. That's really critical. And I'm going to go see a client today where that is a subject. What sort of skill sets and talent mix should I be looking for 6 months from now? Because it's going to take you at least that long to go find somebody. I mean, the whole recruitment process, interview process, is going to take you.
So yeah, with the description, you've got a goal in mind, so you know who you're looking for, as opposed to, I was working on this one movie where the directors kept on doing take after take after take, and he said, well, when do you think you've got it? Well, I'll know it when I see it. It's better to have an idea in your mind what you're looking for, so you can direct people for that.
Sure. I mean, I can well imagine that if I don't have my expectations set in the definition of what I consider to be the end game, then I can be manipulated left and right and all around the block by whatever I see next, and that's just not. Okay, we're getting a little bit sidetracked, but okay, where do we go with team? First, let's say you need a skill set. We've gone through skills and talent assessment. The most important step is, if you're going to start with team, is what's the role description? What is it that I actually need in terms of skills, experience, attitude? Attitude is big, by the way. What is it that I need in that person? And so that's really important. That's got to be up here in role. Then it's got to be, I got to market that role. And marketing is marketing. I've got to make sure that my message is compelling to all candidates. And then number two, that I'm actually marketing that role in all the right places. It could be you want to go to job sites. It could be. Actually, there's a few out there that are nice. I still continue to think that Indeed is pretty good in terms of a job site. There are more local avenues lately. I don't know if you've got Nextdoor or Alignable going on in your area, but you can do that as well. They're more intimate, if I can say that. Then the recruiting is a part of the role of marketing, and that is, well, okay, where are they? And they could be job sites. They could, listen, don't underestimate, depending on the role you're looking for, working through your networks. First of all, your network or networking groups. Two, your networks and your familiar acquaintances at churches, hospitals. There are a lot of places where people congregate, and we can take you through that so that you're landing your message, your marketing message for that role in all the right places.
And it's not only the owner who could be looking for it, it could be your employees who can be looking for it as well.
That's very good. Employees and suppliers can be great recruiting agents on your behalf.
Because one of the companies we work for, they actually encourage referrals from family members. Well, if you're in this position, do you think anybody in your family might be well suited for this position as well?
Okay, good. So there's a variety of steps that we would take you through to get you ready. I mean, just literally ready to go recruit and hire. The screening process, how to do a great interview. We have a great process for that. I won't take you through it because that's not the ultimate intention of today. But from decision and managing your team, I want to take you there.